Hello, this is Crystal Racer Gear, and before I start this video, this is the 4th anniversary of Jules Bianchi's death. So I want you just to take a few seconds to pay tribute to the life of Jules Bianchi, who died 4 years ago at the age of just 25. Of course, I do not need to divulge into the details. But now here is my video, and today I'm talking about Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel, for me, is in serious trouble right now. His career is hit crossroads. At this point in time, he really is now in the make or break zone of his career, in that I cannot sit there and tell you exactly what is going on in his mind, because I'm not a psychologist, but he definitely needs to sort out his racecraft. And judging by the psychology tips from an Instagram page named Formula1.psychology, please go and follow them, he really does need to sort out his racecraft, such as improving his concentration and attention, video preparation and analysis, which you could, well, go in a simulator and maybe try and drive against a virtual car, do some serious deep planning before qualification and race, because of course it doesn't seem to be his instincts are working and helping him out at this point, and he just needs to sort out the emotions at this point in time. Now, whether he is getting emotionally affected by having Charles Leclerc as a teammate is debatable, but I don't think you can rule out that maybe Charles Leclerc's recent form and pace is putting him under pressure. Whilst of course he is struggling to get a handle on this year's 2019 Ferrari, in so far as the rear end is quite unstable, Charles Leclerc's performances have been absolutely out of this world, and somewhere in his mind it must be distracting him slightly. And you know, regardless of what sort of rumours are circulating about his private life, he just doesn't look right. Something is seriously wrong. But this is the other problem. In my opinion, since 2017 Singapore, Sebastian Vettel just doesn't seem right. Just doesn't seem like the composed 4-time world champion we have been used to seeing. When he first joined Ferrari, he finished 3rd in the championship after having won 3 races in 2015, winning Malaysia in a commanding fashion after the brilliant strategy work helped them jump Mercedes through the pit stops. His brilliant performance at Singapore, where he took pole position by 0.8 of a second, and of course his very well handled Hungary drive, where he jumped the Mercedes at the start and then drove to victory in such a commanding fashion. 2016, as we all know, was the year where cracks began to appear in Vettel's relationship with Ferrari, where an uncompetitive car saw him and Kimi fail to win a race and led to radio rants at Japan and Mexico. At this point in time, and of course 2017 saw that road rage incident at Baku, along with what happened at Singapore and Mexico, where he hit Lewis Hamilton at the start of the race. Now, I really don't want to sit there and jump into talk about Sebastian Vettel retiring due to the fact that he's not likely to want to drive for a midfield team like Kimi, but it's not very likely anyone, including myself, can imagine Sebastian Vettel wanting to be a number 2 to Charles Leclerc if this form of show continue. Look, I don't want Sebastian Vettel to carry on mucking up anymore. I really do hope, for the sake of the sport, he sorts himself out. But it does seem as if all the things that have been said about Sebastian Vettel and how he achieved his success at Red Bull, which included a stable rear end and a car that was planted through the corners with so much downforce and grip, it seems to be, ever since the hybrids have come in, he's somewhat never managed to completely adapt to the hybrids and the way they behave, with the more fuel, heavier cars, the throttle response. It just, something's just not there anymore, and it just seems to be it. His peak was helped by the fact he was in a Red Bull that was so perfectly suited to his style of driving, and in a sense he just can't throw the car through the corners like he used to, and unfortunately it doesn't seem as if he's able to instinctively put into his mind while he's driving to understand the effects of dirty air and how the aerodynamics will react if you follow a car too closely, and how the tyres work, especially with how Pirelli have developed their tyres in the hybrid era. I really do hope he can find a solution, but even though he is only 32 years old, against Charles Leclerc, it does seem as if time is really running out now. You have to remember, Sebastian Vettel became a 4-time world champion by the age of just 26, and he has had a ridiculous amount of success in the 12 years he's been in F1 since he started at the age of just 19 years old. His career has been absolutely phenomenal, and it's remarkable, but it seems to be at this point in time he has hit a brick wall after so many mistakes that we witnessed during last season in 2018, when he cracked under pressure in the championship fight against Lewis Hamilton, and the fact that he's now continuing to make these errors into 2019. Where does it end? Where does this end? That is a huge question. And I have to say, at this point in time, I really am doubtful now. Unless a miracle happens, I think this could be the end of the road for Sebastian. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you're a Sebastian Vettel fan, I've got to apologise. I'm sorry, I can't sugarcoat it. Please like and subscribe to Crystal Racing, and I'll see you again next time.